absolute favorite dish is roasted chicken. It helps build my big muscles, and we like to have it on Sundays for family meals. I'm Kaili Lukan, and I'm a member of the Nationals Women's Rugby Program.
Our guest today is Kaili Lukan. She's from Canada's National Women's Sevens Rugby team. Today we're preparing pan-roasted lemon chicken with warm couscous salad. We're making her dish my way. I'm Garrett Schack, and that's what we're cooking on the coast. Today we're taking to the pitch with Kaili Lukan of Canada's National Women's Sevens Rugby team. Hey Kaili, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Kaili, on this pitch, I'm blowing the whistle. Today we're doing pan-roasted lemon chicken with a couscous salad. It's going to be delicious.
Perfect,
Should we get started? Yeah. Look at you, eager, I like that.
I'm
like
ready.
It. All right, so the first thing we need to do is, we're not doing our traditional sort of roast chicken as I'm sure you might know it. We're going to actually what's called spatchcocking. We're going to open up this bird, so it's going to lay nice and flat in our big pan over here. So the first thing we want to do is get a nice sharp pair of kitchen shears. And we're just going to cut right down the spine here. So I'll show you how I'm doing that.
All right.
Meanwhile, do you mind giving me a little hand?
Sure.
How are you with a knife?
I think I can manage.
All right, perfect. Well, grab that knife right there. And if you could just cut, I need 4 slices of that lemon that you see in front of you there.
Okay. There we go.
Awesome, beautiful.
Right.
So we've got the backbone taken out, the spine's taken out of the chicken completely.
All right.
We're going to just kind of break it so that it flattens out a little bit, okay? And then what I want to do, just using my finger, I'm going to go underneath the skin. I know it seems kind of weird and whatever, but this is going to add flavor because chicken skin actually, and most people don't know this, but chicken skin is actually impermeable. So when you put like the salt and pepper and all that kind of stuff, it's not actually flavoring the meat, it's just making the skin taste good, which isn't a bad thing. But if we want to make the meat taste good too, we've got to get underneath that skin.
Okay.
All right? So we're going to put our lemons under there like that. So both breasts get lots of lemon juice. Thank you so much. Very good. All right, now, we've got a hot pan going over here, and while I'm seasoning up our chicken, why don't you tell me a little bit about Women's Sevens Rugby? It's pretty exciting.
It is, yes. Typically the games are 7-minute halves, a minute for the halftime, and another 7-minute half.
and then a second 7-minute half. Okay, yeah. You know what? I appreciate you going easy on me because I do take a while to pick things up sometimes.
Okay. Good. Well, it's a really fast game. We, I don't know, really enjoy ourselves. It's, I'm a winger, so I like to run on the wing and fast. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still new to the game, but I've really enjoyed my time out here so far. So.
Fair enough. So how long have you been playing?
I played 15s in high school.
Right. And
then I actually went to university to play basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And you ended up in Sevens Rugby.
And now I'm here, played Sevens Rugby, yes. It's been a whirlwind. I'm injured right now, which is unfortunate, but
the injuries are never a fun part of the sport, right?
No, but it happens.
But it happens,
yeah. It's part of it, so.
Okay, I got to get to the part where we put the chicken in the pan. This is the fun part, but I do want to hear more about it in just one quick second.
Okay.
So, we've got the pan nice and hot, and I'm just going to set this guy opposite, or skin side down, right into the pan. And just give it kind of a little press down, okay?
Okay, and why did you put it that way down?
Well, what I want is a nice hot pan like it is at the moment, and that's going to like crisp up the skin as we're going here, right? So if we put it into the other side down, and then when we flipped it, the pan wouldn't be quite as hot. So you want that really initial blast of heat. I'm going to cut up a shallot here. Now, as a a professional athlete, you eat a lot of chicken, hey?
We do,
yeah.
yes.
And is it, does it ever kind of get exciting, or is it pretty much just chicken breast and brown rice?
That's basically what it is, especially if I make it.
Okay, yeah.
But we do have cooks that come in for our lunch every day.
Oh, wow,
and so
nice.
theirs is a little bit more tasty than mine at home, but it's...
Well, that's okay. Chicken's good for you. So what I'm trying to do here is hopefully show you one that maybe tastes a little bit better and is a little more fun. I've got some shallot in there. So I'm trying to create some flavor, a little bit of lemon, and I'm going to squeeze the rest of this lemon in there.
Okay.
Lemon, I want a touch of this tarragon here. We don't have to be too, make it look too pretty at this point. Some white wine. Are you allowed to drink? Should I not be putting white wine in there?
No, you can put it in there. Yep.
Okay. Just not while you're on tour, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And then some chicken stock. I don't want you getting in trouble from the coach or anything.
No,
You're doing me a favor coming on the show here. Okay, now we're gonna let that sort of simmer down and then fire that in the oven.
Okay.
In the meantime, as you can see, I'm full of chicken here, so we're gonna have to head to our break. This is the point where we go to the break and we let the audience go do whatever they do.
Perfect.
All right? We'll be back later in the show with Kaili to pull together our pan-roasted lemon chicken with warm couscous salad. But first, following the break, we're getting out of the studio. You'll want to stick around for that. Well, we've gotten out of the kitchen and we're exploring Vancouver Island. We've made a little pit stop here in Cowichan Bay. Stopped in front of True Grain Breads. Bruce, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. Welcome to Cowichan Bay and True Grain Bread.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me today. So, what brought you to Cowichan Bay? I mean, this is kind of a small little community, right? So,
yeah, about 13 years ago, True Grain was looking for a really interesting community where people celebrate quality of life and would be passionate about the same things that we are at True Grain Bread.
Nice.
And celebrating craftsmanship and your history. And I can show you all about it inside, about what we do with our grains to make an unbelievable loaf of bread.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. Let's get in.
Come with me.
It smells amazing in here, Bruce. What makes True Grain Bakery or breads unique and special for people to come visit?
There's about 10 things that we do differently that makes our bread amazing.
Okay.
One of them is we mill a lot of our own grain on a mill very similar to this one here.
I'm assuming a little bit bigger though, right?
Yeah. The way it works is we access organic grain kernels from BC farmers. We pour them in the hopper here, and it gets ground through, there's a giant stone on top here, and the grain flows through it like a giant stone donut. If you look down here, you can see the bottom stone, it's stationary, and we adjust the grind with that wheel there, so we can adjust the fineness or coarseness of the grain.
All right.
From that point, we have a couple of choices. If we're after a whole grain flour, we pull this chute, and it comes out of here.
And just comes out, everything's in there.
Grain. Exactly.
Right.
If we want a sifted flour, like something a little bit lighter, then we open up the sifting box.
And then it shoots in this way instead of coming out here. Okay.
Exactly. And then from there, depending on several factors, we can come up with a sifted flour. We can make a semolina, where a company called Cowichan Pasta makes some really cool pasta from
I know them. Matt up there is a great guy. He does great products.
Custom semolina that we make there.
Yeah.
We have a line of porridges, like breakfast porridges, that would fit in with all the unique grains that we make. And then out of the far end is where the bran comes out, and we sell that as well. People, if they're trying to add fiber to their diet.
And this way, we're really making sure to use every part of that grain and that kernel that goes in there, right?
Absolutely. We use it for different purposes. I think two things that this has enabled us to do is, one, know where our food is coming from, but two, instead of dealing with a distributor, I have relationships directly with a lot of organic BC farmers.
Oh, nice.
And that's really an important part of my job is nurturing those relationships, because I know what they're passionate about, and we can really kind of talk about growing different and unique grains.
Yeah.
And we can reach back in time and get some of the early grains that helped Canada become the breadbasket to the world.
Right.
You've probably heard of red fife wheat.
Of course, yeah.
So red fife wheat is the genetic grandparent of all North American wheat.
Okay.
It's really flavorful. Today's modern wheat, in my opinion, the flavor has been bred out, and there's lots of other concerns that some people are having dietarily, many of whom can eat a red fife.
Can eat the red fife, right?
Yeah. And then from there, a lot of people have heard of spelt. We have spelt kernels. We grow rye. We have Khorasan, which a lot of people know as kamut, the trademark kamut.
Now, all of this hard work that you do into sourcing these grains, I mean, that takes time and effort and so on, translates into great pastries and loaves of bread, as I understand it anyway. which gets to my favorite part of these segments here. Do you think we could try some?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Let's have a go.
We have here today our Canadiana featuring Marquis. Marquis was one of the early Canadian wheats. Really robust flavor.
Okay.
This loaf has 4 ingredients.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's about the fermentation and the craftsman or craftswoman nurturing the starter perfectly every time to deliver a really unique flavor experience.
Right. And that takes time and consistency, right? Like that's something
you have to know what you're doing, and you have to be passionate about it.
Absolutely. So
I've got a little piece of cheese from my neighbor Hiller's Cheese next door.
Very nice.
On the Marquis bread for you to try.
Oh, that smells fantastic. Look at that beautiful crust on there, Bruce. Oh, wow. It really has like a depth of flavor.
When you take the time and do it the way that it used to be done thousands of years ago, frankly, you can really get that kind of flavor experience out of your loaf.
Bruce, I'll tell you what, this loaf isn't going to go very far with me, that's for sure. Absolutely delicious, and it won't go to waste.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks so much.
Thanks
I really
for popping
appreciate
in.
it. Yeah, it was my pleasure. It's great chatting with you, and I'm sure we'll have many more conversations after this. Back to our kitchen. We're working with women's sevens rugby player Kaili Lukan. Her favorite dish, pan-roasted lemon chicken with warm couscous salad. All right, Kaili, we got the chicken all cleaned up, right? We washed our hands. It's now in the oven, resting nicely, getting nice and toasty warm, and a little bit of a sauce is getting created in that dish. It'll probably take like 35, 40 minutes to cook in there, okay? So we got a bit of time to do some other stuff. So let's work on the couscous salad. Do you know what couscous is?
You can explain it to me.
No worries.
Yeah, make
Couscous is, these are really just little tiny balls of pasta. So a lot of people mix them up and think that they're grains, but really all that is just little tiny balls of pasta. And back in the day, somebody used to roll little tiny ones, but now I'm sure it's done differently. But anyway, we're gonna go into some boiling water. We're gonna add a little salt to it.
Okay.
Into the water it goes. Just sort of all at once. And then I'm gonna turn it right down and let it simmer until it absorbs most of that liquid, all right? Now, let's turn our attention to our vegetables here. So I thought, you know, you had mentioned you live with your sister, is that right? So and she does the grilling and you do the vegetables, is that right?
Yeah, that's how we do it.
That's how it rolls? Do you ever get envious? Kind of think like, I'd like to work the grill sometimes.
No, she's pretty good at it.
Is she?
I have a hard time like,
You're
starting
smart.
it, so.
That's a smart way to do it, right? Aces in their places.
Yeah.
So you grab a pepper, I'll grab a pepper.
Okay.
I'll take that one. And we're just going to cut down one side.
Okay.
All right, now see we've opened it up. We can kind of see where all the seeds are at.
Yes.
And now I'm just gonna follow the pepper around like this.
Oh. Do not take out the seeds and then cut?
No, see, this is the trick.
Oh, good to know.
So now we've got all our nice pepper meat, like the delicious part that we want to eat, all here, and the seeds are all left here. Ta-da! Let's show everybody out there.
Oh, okay, I'm getting there.
The new skill she's learning? Okay, so let's just dice them up. So you would cut them like this for dipping into hummus and all that kind of good stuff. We're just gonna give it one more little turn and give it a dice.
You're so fast at it.
Awesome, there we go. So, now National Rugby's here in Victoria on the West Coast. Tell me a little bit about that.
We're centralized in Langford.
Okay.
We just have a new facility that opened up, and it's actually like it's world class. It's an amazing facility.
Yeah.
We train there about 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, basically like 8 to 4. It's a full-time job.
Holy smokes, yeah. This isn't some afternoon or weekend kind of hobby, is it?
Nope, not at all. We put a lot of hours into it.
Yeah, no kidding. So how many hours a week would you say you're training?
Around 40, like definitely, yeah, like I said, a full-time job, but we need to. Right now we're ranked 3rd in the world.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So our Canadian ladies, our Canadian women are ranked 3rd in the world in rugby sevens.
Yes, we are.
That is an accomplishment. That is amazing.
Yes, we are pretty proud of it.
I can imagine, and I'm sure Canada's very proud of it as well, which is super cool.
Yeah.
All right. Nice hot pan.
Okay.
You did a great job on dicing up the peppers. It looks amazing. I got some really cool mushrooms here. These are called shimiji mushrooms. They're just kind of a cluster mushroom, but they're kind of mild in flavor, but you know, really hold some texture. So I just want to cut the bottom off that, and then we're gonna saute all those guys too. Let's get our peppers in there. Everything all in the pan at once. I'll saute that a little bit. I've got some edamame beans here for some protein. Lots of fresh vegetables. Our couscous is looking great here. Let's add these to the pan.
All right.
There we go. Now, where did you get your start? You said you haven't been playing rugby the whole time.
I have not. Basically in high school, and then my older sister, we both went to university for basketball.
Okay.
In the States,
Yeah.
and then she graduated 1 year before I did.
Yeah.
And then she made her way out to the West Coast to join the team, and a year later I followed, and
And you're both playing national level rugby now?
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible. What a great story.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad must be thrilled, hey? Do they live here in Victoria as well?
No, we're actually from Ontario.
Okay.
And Barrie.
Barrie, Ontario?
Yes.
But you don't miss the winters, I bet.
Not at all.
No.
Although I don't really like the rain out here.
Oh, fair enough. You don't have to shovel it, though.
That's true, but we do have to play in it.
All right, I'm adding some tarragon here. Tarragon's kind of this, it's got like a sort of a licoricey type smell.
Okay.
Just roll it in your fingers there a little bit and give it a smell. It smells really cool. And our salad's ready to come together here. So we've got our couscous that's all cooked. You can kind of see there. You want to give it a taste? It's going to be hot, so just blow on it.
Okay.
Tell me what you think of that.
That's very good.
Kind of interesting, hey?
Yeah.
So we're just going to add that to our bowl here. And then we've got enough vegetables here to probably feed the entire team. So you might want to invite the gang over.
All right.
But for today, we're just going to do a little bit in there. Give it a little mix.
That looks good.
Does look good, hey? Lovely colors, green, red. Those mushrooms are in there. I'm gonna add a little bit. I've got some champagne vinegar here. Just put a touch of that in there.
Okay.
A little olive oil. And some fresh cracked pepper. And then we'll set this aside just for a quick second while we grab our chicken that's in the oven.
Okay.
All right. How about while I grab that, we can maybe push some of the stuff off the cutting board here.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
I'll set this in the front. Let's go see how our chicken did. Awesome, thank you. Oh, you're making a great sous chef already. And look at that.
Oh, that looks good.
Does look pretty tasty, hey?
Smells really good too.
So we had a chance to sort of, before we threw it in the oven, we flipped it over. We got a chance to get some nice crispy skin there. And you can see down here it started to caramelize, so we got a bit of a sauce down there too now, right?
Awesome.
So let's get it out. We'll get the chicken out of the pan. We'll set this on the cutting board for a second here. So, you know, you may not do this at home, but we're gonna try something a little bit fun here.
Okay.
We got this giant chicken, and we got a big plate to put it on. So we're gonna cut the chicken right down the middle. This would feed more than just you and your sister, right?
Maybe.
Oh yeah? You would eat the whole thing?
No, we wouldn't.
Not in one sitting anyway,
No,
hey?
definitely not.
All right, well, I'm actually kind of glad to relieved to hear that. I hate to see your grocery bill. All right, now let's put the chicken leg on there. And I want to slice through the breast here because see the lemon that we have in there. All right.
I
So
can really
it's
smell the lemon.
Yeah, it smells great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that's tucked in there. Looks yummy. And then let's grab one more spoon. We'll put a nice big bit of our salad. Do you want to try this? Let's give this a try. So make sure we have enough seasoning in there. Make sure we got enough salt, pepper. Hot?
It's hot, but it's really good, yes.
Awesome. Good, good. The seal of approval, I like it.
Yes.
Here we go. And, you know, this is just kind of a fun presentation that we would do.
Very nice.
All right, well, there you have it. Should we get in and try some of this chicken?
Yes, please.
All right, grab a fork here.
Thank you.
There you go. Pan roasted lemon chicken with a warm couscous salad.
Awesome.
Grab your knife, or I'll cut you a piece here with that.
I'll let you do that.
It's gonna be hot, I'm warning you.
It's really good.
Don't tell the trainers or your chefs at the clubhouse what we did here, okay?
You can come work for us if you want.
Hey, that sounds like a great idea. And that's it. Your dish done my way.
Thank you. It was
Not too
delicious.
bad. Hey, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Now, what better way to enjoy this delicious meal than with an amazing beverage? With me today is Alicia from Clive's Classic Lounge. Alicia, thank you for being here today. Much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Always love having your skills on the show here. It you know, brightens up the day. So we got lemon chicken here. What have you decided to pair with it?
Yeah, one of the things we like to do at Clive's is we like to play with our classics a little bit. So this is a variation of an old classic called the Corpse Survivor No. 2. So that is a gin-based cocktail. I'm using a really lovely small batch gin here, Tank 10.
Very nice.
Very flavorful, very fresh to go with it. This is most people notice
flavors, I guess.
Exactly,
Hey,
yeah, exactly. Cointreau, so a little bit of orange liqueur there, which we're gonna throw in.
Just a little bit. I like it.
And then this is lemongrass oleosaccharum. Oleosaccharum is basically essential oils dissolved in sugar that get extracted from the lemongrass in this case.
Sounds like chemistry. What?
Overnight.
And it has a super cool name. That's what. Yeah. And so that's gonna add some sweetness.
It's gonna add a little bit of sweetness and also that really nice fresh lemongrass flavor.
Okay.
This to me, just like all these different flavors in there, I just really wanted to kind of get in there with something that would go nicely but not overwhelm it.
Sounds good.
This is a nice refreshing cocktail, definitely a good one to have on hand, especially if you like throwing little parties like this at home. Just gonna give that a nice little shake.
I love that shake. When you hear that in a restaurant too, it just causes everybody to look up and go, "What's going on?" It's awesome.
I do like some attention.
Fancy strainer. We're double straining here, I see.
We are indeed.
That's because you're using fresh lemon juice when you pour into this, right? Not that store-bought stuff in a weird little bottle.
It's actually just to keep the ice chips out, although yeah, lemon pulp is also an issue, so it's nice.
And the ice chips would dilute it, so we don't want that, right?
Exactly. Want to keep that out, keep it away from hitting your teeth.
That makes
sense. Get some nice little lemon twists on here, and this is actually also going to get a spritz of absinthe on there.
Oh,
Try to keep it away from the food.
So absinthe has a thank you, kind of like a licoricey note, right? Like anise flavor.
Has to have anise, fennel, and wormwood to be called absinthe. It's got all three. I promise it won't make you hallucinate. That's on you if that happens.
Dang it! I was so looking forward to it. The good news is I've got tarragon in here, and it has a little bit of the anise flavor as well, so it should work really well. Cheers. Let's give this a try. You know, I could smell it right away. As soon as I brought it to my nose, I could smell the lemon. I could smell a little bit of that licorice. Incredible. I'm going to see how it tastes.
Yeah.
Try this this couscous salad. I think it's going to go really well with that.
That's gonna be
I'm going to get into a little piece of this chicken here because it's calling my name.
Beans and everything.
What do you think? Does that work?
You can make that for me anytime.
With pleasure, and you can make these for me anytime. Absolutely.
You got it. Sounds like a fair trade.
And you nailed it. I think it actually brings out a little bit of the gin notes.
Yeah.
Like some of the quintessential flavors of gin. I think come out really well in this dish.
Yeah. Well, once you said lemon chicken, I was just like, yes, something bright, refreshing, something like this. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, once again, you did an amazing job. Thank you so much for being here.
Cheers.
Check out our website where you'll find more information on today's show and maybe a few surprises. I'm Garrett Schack. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to savor the flavor.